Alright, fair use. This is for criticism, teaching, parody, all that. All that. That too. That there. This here. 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 All that there. Alright. It's the good Arc 9 Spiral. And I'm going to kind of piggyback on the last video. We're going to get into Messiahs, right? Everybody think it's just one Messiah. And it couldn't be no more further from the truth, right? You're not dealing with one Messiah. We're going to jump off into Daniel 9. We're going to holler back at G-Dash the Prophet. Old G-Dash. And if y'all want to support the channel, I have no problem with that. It is greatly appreciated. They definitely don't make it easy for me. In fact, if you follow me from IG, you already know. But see, Spiral 9 gonna continue to bust down the hijack, because that's why I'm here. That's what we do at Drop Nation. And you know, being in this program, right? Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, they see that there's a fire deep within me that cannot be quenched, nor will it lose its brightness. They know by now. They say that boy there, 9 Spiral, he's on some Maccabean shit. No quit in him. Me no surrender. I ain't going nowhere. I'm standing still. He said, stand still and watch me work. Watch me work. In the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 1 through 5. The burden which the prophet Habakkuk saw. O Most High, how long shall I cry, and you will not hear? Even cry out to you violence. You see it. Them dracons in the ether, they see it. And you will not save. Why do you show me iniquity and cause me to see trouble? For plundering and violence are before me. There is strife and contention arises. Therefore, the law, which is the Torah, is powerless, and justice never goes forth. For the wicked surround the righteous, therefore perverse judgment proceeds. The Most High replies to the prophet Habakkuk, look among the nations and watch, be utterly astounded, for I will work a work in your days which you will not believe, though it were told to you. Let go.
down this. And I wrote something, I don't know. I wrote down stalking or something like that on the internet while I was in the realm of the spirit. And I found out that there are some people out there that believe in something called gang stalking. Now, according to what I was reading of this,
I call it a program, a government program, and indeed that's what it is. I don't buy into the targeted shit, and I try not to talk much about it because they will use that shit against you, trust me. But indeed it is a program, right? And it is on some COINTELPRO type shit. You see, they fear that Nagas like me and Nagas like us at Drop Nation, they fear us because they call it the standalone complex, right? The one monkey theory. If one of them stand up, then two of them stand up. After that, 6 stand up. After 6, 12 stand up, right? So they're looking for, they say that they're looking for messiahs, right? According to the COINTELPRO. No, they just looking for the Nagas that the Most High said he's going to, I will raise up a remnant, like unto or from the seed of thy weed, right? They shall bring about my judgment. They shall let the people know about my judgment, right? Jeremiah, the Most High said, no peace. Peace? No shit. Peace? Like obviously, practice? You talking about practice? Most High said, peace? What? Peace? Nah, I can't do that. And so, I call it what it is, a program.
Spiritual realm, and these people think that gang stalking is done by the government, and the government is following them and this and that, making them paranoid.
Yeah, it's both, man. That's true. I know where you're going with it, but it's both. Uh-oh. I lost my man.
On the internet while I was in the realm of the spirit. And I found out that there are some people out there that believe in something called gang stalking. Now, according to what I was reading of the spiritual realm, and these people think that gang stalking is done by the government, and the government is following them and this and that, making them paranoid and things like that. So, I looked into it, and the Lord took me to what is really the problem. So when I went there, the Lord said, for these people do not know, for they see only with their physical eyes. My brothers and sisters, there's no such thing as gang stalking. It is a demonic attack. I repeat, there's no such thing as gang stalking. It is a demonic attack. And the problem why, and the reason why you're having this demonic attack and you call it gang stalking is because you are a prophet. I repeat, the reason why you are having gang stalking, or the so-called gang stalking you call it, is not because you are having any problem. It is a demonic attack because your star is real bright. Because the star in you is too bright that it affects the demonic kingdom. What happens is that when a person is born, right? When a person is born, they are born with you are born with this star. And if this star is so bright, it makes the demons afraid of you. They will be targeted.
Alright. Appreciate that, my man. Alright, let's take a look at Daniel, man. Let me get this right quick. Because he said star, right? These Nagas out here, stars are going to start shining, right? Because we ain't taking no for an answer. We ain't taking the bullshit. You can't wolf me no more. You don't scare me. Power in me and you can't have it. I rock with the greatest. Them gods you worship secondary in status. See, by law we regulate the vibration. Keep them at bay. Be unhurtable, can't worry my nerve. They see the king in me. Can I be forever embedded? No weapon form. We got angels that spit fire, wreak havoc, cause mass destruction. Don't say I didn't warn you. Your demise has been written. Y'all in trouble with creator of everything in existence. Alright. Daniel 12, verse 1 through 3. At that time, Michael shall stand up, the great prince who stands watch over the sons of your people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never since there was creation, even to that time. And at that time, your people, Daniel, shall be delivered. Everyone who is found written in the book. And many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, some to everlasting shame and everlasting contempt. Verse 3, but those who are wise shall shine like the brightness of the firmament, and those who turn many to righteous like the stars. Huh? Forever and ever. Let go.
Is he a historical character? Who wrote the Gospels? Why are they written in Greek? Why did they have a pro-Roman perspective? Why was the religion headquartered in Rome? Those were the mysteries that I saw about the Gospels.
The origin of the Christian religion has been a subject steeped in mystery for nearly 2,000 years. Joseph Atwill is one of a number of scholars today from all around the world who are questioning the historic facts behind these ancient mysteries. When examining the actual history of this era, many of the answers provided by the church and Christian scholars do not hold up to rigorous scrutiny.
This is really important for our culture, to understand where Christianity came from.
No doubt Christians have done a lot of good for the world, but then there are other Christians,
That's a damn lie.
often the most dogmatic, who create war.
And he worships Satan.
Hatred, and other harm under the disguise of religion. In studying how Christianity emerged, many of our scholars agree that it was used as a political tool to control the masses of the day, and it is
You got that right.
still being used this way today.
You got that right too.
The problem is that Christianity has been used as a tool by government
No, the problem is it makes no damn sense.
that uses the goodness in people against them. For example, support for the wars in the Middle East has been preached to evangelical Christians as a way to speed up the end of days. This
Aha, you see? They're playing out their revelations. That's their version. No. The prophets paint a different picture. And we got angels and archangels coming down, slinking bolts of lightning just for our salvation. Huh? Play with it. Fuck with me.
It's just one example of the way that propaganda is used to control and manipulate the populace. Actually, according to my study of the ancient texts, the second coming of the Christ has already occurred.
Maybe we
A whole bunch of them have already occurred. And we're going to get into it.
need to expand the possible answers about how Christianity originated, and deeper questions need to be asked. Maybe we need to examine what political motives were behind the formation of the Christian religion.
I think it's a requirement of alert citizens to know how the Gospels were written, why they were written, who produced them, what was the purpose and back of all this. This is good citizenry. Everyone should be involved in this.
Today, we live on the brink of an immense paradigm shift, and this modern time is very parallel to the
You hear that? Somebody got to go. And it ain't going to be Jacob.
era in which Christianity emerged. Studying this ancient era can give us the perspective needed for coming up with solutions to today's problems and for helping create the better world that we envision.
Boy, look here, man. I just want to say that to my oppressors, right? I'm almost 100% sure that on that great day, right? You know, the Most High told Ezra, you know, some of them, I'm going to acquire them from among your number, right? And they ain't going to taste death. But they're going to take off mortal clothing and put on immortal clothing and go to work. I promise you, I'm going to Dragon Ball Z the hell out some of y'all. Woo, boy. Huh? Because Micah 5, 7 through 9, right? And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many peoples, as the dew from the Most High, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of man, right? And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many peoples, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of the sheep, who, if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. Your hand, my Naga, shall be lifted up upon your adversaries, my Yahweh. And all your enemies shall be what? Cut off. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Alright, we're rocking with my man G-Dash, man. Y'all check him out on YouTube. He does excellent work. Matter of fact, I'm going to double back, and I'm going to come back with a video of how he destroying the camp doctrine. Oh, man, y'all got some decisions to make, man. Yo, man, look here, man. So, right, he got the 1917's edition, right? I showed you where they tore out Psalms 22, right? Now, we in Daniel. We gonna keep it in Daniel, man. We gonna dig on Daniel. We gonna dig on these messiahs that they hiding, and Maccabees, right? We was zealous, man. Them messiahs was stirring up their zeal, and this shit ain't happened not too long ago. But we gonna dig on some more Tecumseh, man. Y'all find some drop on Tecumseh, and I'm asking, did Elijah already come? Whose name means shooting star, panther across the sky, resurrection? Yo. Alright, pop off, G-Dad.
We're gonna get into it, okay, exposing
God damn it.
more deception, okay.
My bad.
Hit that like button, support the channel. I am accepting super chats now, also Cash App, okay, because I see that's the best way you support. So, Daniel chapter 9, we exposing this whole Messiah fiasco because we're so deceived about this term and this word Messiah. Mm-hmm. Everyone is just deceived by this thing. These people have deceived us. Mm-hmm. But yet, like I said, get your copy. Mine is, the Holy Scriptures. Get your copy. The Holy Scriptures 1917 version, family. It exposes a lot. These people have the truth, and yet they've given us the garbage. Okay, they've given us the garbage, family.
And I like the fact that he pointed out in the video about Psalms 22 that when you open the book, it just says Testament. You don't say Old Testament, right? Let's go.
And I'm going to show you in the KJV. That I do have as well to expose it at the same time. Also, not only that, I'm going to expose also the Septuagint. So if you have that, this is tampered with too. Okay.
All right, my good Cioda, right? Who left the comment, right? I seen the other comment, and you dug on the Septuagint, right? All right, well, they didn't just taint the New Testament and the Old Testament, right? They tainted all of them. I've seen apocryphas that's been tainted, and you can just tell because no matter how they try to make that piece of the puzzle fit, right? Even if it's just a little corner that's off, it blows. You got to blow the whole thing up. You can't just force it in there.
The Septuagint and the Apocrypha, this is the Brenton version. Okay, this one is tampered with too, family. So that's another thing that we have.
All of them. And he gonna bring up an excellent point. Let's go.
To understand, these books that we've been spending our money on, they're tampered with, family. They're tampered with. Now all books are tampered with because we're dealing with the Gentiles. We're in the hands of our enemies, like I said earlier. There's no angle or faction or aspect of life that we are in right now, being in the hands of our enemies, that we should not expect some sort of deception. And that's really what it is, family. We have to expect the deception. And tonight is another expose of the deception. Okay, so I'm going to expose with these 3 books, Daniel chapter 26, because once again, no, they don't. I'm going to show you right now the Holy Scriptures 1917 version. It does not have no New Testament. Okay, it doesn't have any New Testament.
You see that?
And the last book is, at the end of it, is 2 Chronicles.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
At the end of it is 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles is at the end of the book. There's no New Testament. They understand that character is all BS. Your New Testament character, JC, is a bunch of hogwash, is a bunch of garbage. Okay? It is trash. It is idolatry forced upon you. Okay? I'm not taking any calls right now if you're trying to call up. Okay? I want to share this information tonight. Okay, so I'm not taking any calls right now. Okay, family? So, right here, as you see, it says, one anointed. One anointed. But I'm going to read it fully from here and probably put the camera on it so you can see. Let me get the camera up. Ready for y'all. So we're going to look on. We're going to bring out these 3 different versions just to show you. Okay. So, in the Holy Scriptures, in Daniel, okay, Daniel chapter 9, and in the KJV, it might be verse 20. Hold on, it might be verse 26, but here it's 25. Okay, so here, and know therefore and discern that from the going forth of the word to restore and to build Jerusalem unto one anointed. One anointed. It didn't say Messiah. It just says unto one anointed. It could be anyone. It wasn't talking about.
And there were many, very many. We're going to prove that.
About a specific Messiah. Okay, unto one anointed. It could be any anointed. What does that even mean? What does anointed mean? Okay, what does anointed mean? Let's just go here for a second. The definition of a Mashiach. Anointed. Okay, usually a consecrated person as a king, priest, or saint. Now they put here, okay, because this is coming from the tampered Strong Concordance, specifically the Messiah, anointed Messiah, means the same thing. Okay, means the same thing. So, as we see here, it says unto one anointed. Okay, because anointed means Messiah. Now this is saying it could be one anointed, unto one anointed. It could be any anointed person, a king.
Okay, Cyrus the Great was anointed. Joshua received the anointing. We're just talking to Prester. That's all.
Priest. Okay.
That glow. You are the last dragon. You possess the power of the glow.
A prince shall be 7 weeks, and for 62 weeks it shall be built again, right, with broad place and moat. But in troublous times, and after, now you got one anointed here, you got one Messiah here, and then it says, and after the 62 weeks shall an anointed one be cut off.
Aha! So my man G there said after, right?
Another anointed one. Okay? This is another one shall be cut off. Okay, we got 2 anointed messiahs within this time frame. Okay, 2 of them. We got one anointed here. Okay, see, this is started again. Therefore, know and discern that from the going forth of the word to restore and to build Jerusalem.
And notice, right? I was just thinking, right? Notice, with Moshe, right? His natural force was unabated, right? He had to pray. He left with the Prester, right? And all the other prophets, right? Or all the other priest kings, right? that he said, okay, you shall go here and be buried, right? Right here, if you think that this is JC or Yahweh Shai, or what's the other one? Yeshua. I don't that shit. If you think that this is guy right here, notice the Most High said, yeah, you're gonna be cut off. Not, what I'm saying, and he shall be buried, and laid to rest, not like how they do all the others. But here, you're gonna be cut off. I'm looking at Zechariah 13. 7 and 8. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd, against the man who is my companion, says the Most High of hosts. Strike the shepherd, the sheep will be scattered. Then I will turn my hand against the little ones, and it shall come to pass, says the Most High. We talking the end times, right? That 2/3 shall be cut off and die, but 1/3 shall be left in it. Now I'm pointing that out because that word there, right? Cut off, right? He's covering up. You know what I'm saying? That word is kind of harsh. This is your Messiah, right? Zechariah 13 right here, cut off. That means for good. Right? 2/3 in it shall be cut off and die. Right? Now y'all calling them 2/3 Jakes. I just wanted to point that out. Let's go, man.
Unto one anointed, a prince shall be 7 weeks. Okay? Shall be 7 weeks. And for 62 weeks, it shall be built again. For 62 weeks. Okay? It's going to be a long time. The prince ain't living that long. The anointed Messiah ain't living that long.
Right? Hosea, what's that, 3, 4, and 5? Children of Israel shall abide many days without king or prince, without sacrifice, all that.
And with broad place and moat. But in troublous times and after the 62 weeks shall an anointed one be cut off. This is the second anointed one, the second Messiah, and be no more. Notice what it says afterward. Be no more.
Allah.
Be no more. And the people of the prince and the people of a prince. This is talking about another group of people. And the people of a prince that shall come shall destroy. This is another nation of people. Shall destroy the city and the sanctuary. So this people of this prince, they will come and destroy the city and the sanctuary. Our city and our sanctuary. But his end shall be with a flood, and unto the end of the war, desolations are determined. Now, we're going to look in the KJV.
Right? So all we saying is what the mud flood community call resets, we just call them biblical catastrophes. Right? That's the Most High punishing these heathens. He been punishing them.
Version, and see what it says. Okay, let me bring that over. So you can see the deception they hit you with. This is the KJV.
Let's go.
The deceptive version. Okay, we in Daniel chapter 9, and we go into 26. Okay, because in the Holy Scriptures is 25, but in here is verse 26. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off. Now let me bring this one over just to go back and forth with it. Okay.
No name, no nothing. You can't tie no Yahweh Shai, no JC to it, no nothing.
Now here, hold on. This is crazy. Now here, it's saying, shall Messiah be cut off? Mm-hmm. But here, in the Holy Scriptures, okay, it says, shall an anointed, no, I'm sorry, bring it up, I'm sorry. Unto one anointed, a prince. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, my fault. Oh, let me bring it back. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't even start at 25.
Oh man, tighten up now.
Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and to build Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the Prince, shall be 7 weeks. So people read this and they say this was about JC, right? This is about JC here, right? In 62 weeks, the street shall be built again, and the wall even in troublous times. Now here, 25, know therefore and discern that from going forth of the word to restore and to build Jerusalem unto one anointed. Okay.
There you
now
go.
we know anointed means to be a Messiah. It means to be anointed or consecrated. Let me go back to that definition so we can get that. Okay, to be a Mashiach means to be anointed. To be a Messiah means to be anointed. Okay, it could be a king or a priest or a saint. Okay, it doesn't mean JC. People took that and said, oh, that means JC. When you say Messiah, that means just JC. He's the only Messiah. He's the only Messiah. That's what you've been taught in your Christian churches, and that's what you are being taught right now in your pagan Hebrew Israelite cult camps. Mm-hmm. They're teaching you that the word Messiah or Mashiach is just talking about one person. Okay, one person.
There were many.
But we see here, it says unto one anointed. Unto one anointed. Okay, one anointed. And then we see the other anointed one coming in.
There were many.
Okay, after the 62 weeks.
Huh?
But here, in the deceptive version, the KJV, it just says the Messiah, because people, once they hear that word Messiah, all they think of is JC.
Just one, huh?
That's all they think of.
Got to be one.
Okay, then it says in verse 26, and after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off.
See that?
How after all that time? That's about what? How many years is that? 400 and something years? I already did a lesson on that. Join online school. Okay. It can't be, the Messiah gets cut off and then after all these years, he gets cut off. And then notice what it says also after it says that, right? It says, hold on. It should be cut off, and then it says, look, but not for himself. Now, why would it say not for himself? What is the thought that they're trying to put in your mind here? Okay. After 62 weeks, this Messiah is going to be cut off, but not for himself. They're trying to implant the thought that he's going to be cut off for who? For you. He's going to die for you. He's going to die for you, right? But if we go to the Holy Scriptures, this version,
1719.
After 62 weeks, right, shall an anointed one be cut off and be no more. It didn't say not for himself. It didn't say not for himself.
Hey man, look here, man. Y'all support the man G-Dash, man. No doubt.
A book by Rudolph R. Windsor called Judea Trembles Under Rome. And it's many people have read From Babylon to Timbuktu, but he has some other great books too that you can go and read. The Valley of the Dry Bones, that's an excellent book that you can read by this gentleman. But most Messianics, they'll be afraid. This is one of the books that helped me see what I'm supposed to see and read, not what I'm supposed to read. I'll let y'all figure that one out. So we're going to deal with the Messianic concept. And this is what he says. This is what the elder Rudolph R. Windsor says. And he made the IUIC look like a bunch of fools too. Y'all should check out that interview because he clowned the IUIC. He did.
Oh, I'm finna double back and on G-Dad channel, man. I'm put together some compilations, boy. Oh man.
It very calmly. Shalom, Frankie. What's up, Devanya? What up, Neggy? G Checker. Kalaya, y'all.
Shout out to Sister Devanya.
Bad Candace G. All right, so let's have some fun on this Sabbath and let's learn.
Shout out to Devon Mays.
So we read right here what a messianic concept is. And it says, in ancient Israel, like other ancient people,
shout out to Chris Harris,
the Hebrews believed in the idea of a Messiah. The Hebrew word Messiah means, which is Messiah in English, means anointed one. This meaning developed because of the high priest and the kings in Israel were anointed with oil. Now, why am I expressing this concept? Because many Christians, they believe when they see the word Messiah, it's only talking about JC. So I have to show them what a Messiah is. They don't really know what one is. They think a savior is only JC. They think a savior is only JC. No, I'm going to show you all today. And let's continue on. The Hebrew word Messiah means anointed one. The kings in Israel were anointed with oil. The process of anointing in Israel became to mean investing the high priest and the king with power and authority. That's Exodus 29:7, 1 Samuel 16:13. Let's get that. Let's get that 1 Samuel 16:13 here. Shout out to Davon Mays. We're going to get it in tonight. Don't worry. He's got a lesson, boy. This one y'all going to love. 16:3. And it says, verse 3. Is this 1 Samuel? Oh, that's 15. I'm sorry. 16:3. Here it is right here. All right. 1 Samuel 16:13. Excuse me. I said 3. All right. And this is what it says. Then Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the midst of his brothers, and the Spirit of the Most High came upon David from that day forward. So Samuel arose and went to Ramah. So we see right there, the Spirit of the Lord came upon David because a prophet anointed him with oil. But they'll tell you, oh, no, a voice spoke from heaven, and that's when he was anointed, and the Spirit like a dove came down upon Jesus. Let's get that. Let's go to Matthew chapter 3 real quick, and I'm going to continue on. Okay, I wish y'all can see this New Testament, how I got clown faces all over it.
Okay, boy, look here, boy. It's some ox out here that cut through it like a knife. I'm talking about, man, it's so many discrepancies in the New Testament. I wouldn't dare try to cover it. It's just too many.
But let's go here. They butchered this so bad. We're going to go to Matthew chapter 3, and we're going to read. And he says it's right here. Here it is right here. Then Jesus, this is Matthew chapter 3, verse 13, and please forgive me for reading this on you guys' Sabbath. It says, then Jesus came from Galilee to John at Jordan to be baptized by him. Mm-hmm. And John tried to prevent him, saying, I need to be baptized by you. Mm-hmm. And are you coming to me? Mm-hmm. But Jesus answered and said to him, permit it now to be done, for thus it is fitting for us to fulfill all righteousness. Then he allowed him. When he had been baptized, Jesus came up immediately from the water, and beheld, heavens were opened to him, and he saw the Spirit of God descending on him like a dove and alighting upon him. And suddenly a voice came from heaven saying, this is my beloved Son, who I am well pleased. Yeah, I doubt that. We can
never once called his name. You will never hear the Most High speak your Savior name, because he's null and void.
Deal with that another time. That's what it said. We know that was Nuke talking to Geb. If you go read the pyramid text, Nuke told Geb, which was the earth god, this is my beloved son, who she bore. which was the son, which was Haru, who I am well pleased. I've read that 1,000 times. All right, y'all go check out that quick lesson in which I did. I have it on my channel. Go check it out. So we see right here, the Hebrew concept of a Messiah is being anointed with oil. We see in the New Testament, it's taking a damn bath in the Jordan River. Two different concepts. One's a Christian concept. The other one is a Hebrew concept given to us by the Most High God of Israel, the King, Redeemer, and Savior. Let's continue on.
Bam.
The process of anointing in Israel became to mean investing the high priest and the king with power and authority. Many of the kings in Israel were anointed by the prophets, or in Solomon's case, he was anointed by the high priest Zadok. Let's go to 1 Kings chapter 1, verse 30. Let's get that. We always got to give examples, right? That's why I love this book. Rudolph Windsor did a great job in that. Let's go to 1 Kings. Let's get that. All right. 1 verse 30. And this is what it says. I'm going to do it in my Rob Rack voice. And this is what it says. Shout out Rob Rack. Okay, this is what it says. And this is what it's told.
Shout out to Rob Rex.
To the king Solomon or Jedediah. It says, just as I have swore to you by the Lord God of Israel, saying, assuredly, Solomon, your son shall be king after me, and he shall sit on my throne in my place. So I certainly will do this day. So Solomon was anointed by Zadok, the high priest. That's how he was anointed. Let's continue on. The kings of Israel were considered messianic kings, which really means only anointed kings.
Priest kings, khans, huh?
In many cases in ancient Israel,
Moshe was a priest king. Hoshua was a priest king, huh?
the head of the state or the kings were considered deliverers,
Eleazar was a priest king.
redeemers, saviors, or rescuers. Such as the case was with Moses, who was with the help of the Creator, delivered the Hebrews from slavery in Egypt.
He uses messiahs to save, but they're not the savior.
Kings in ancient Israel would lead his armies in battle, or he would appoint a general to lead it. Many times, the Creator God would instruct the king concerning the battle plan. We could read that in books, read that in Exodus chapter 14, verses 1 through 31, which is correct. Numbers chapter 31, 1 through 12, Exodus chapter 17, verse 8, Joshua chapter 6, verse 1 through 21, Judges chapter 3, verse 15, Judges chapter 6, verse 11, 11 through 11 through 25, Samuel chapter 15, 1 through 9, Samuel chapter.
So you see, two totally different concepts. There were many messiahs, right? I hope this was informative. Again, man, I have no problem with my brothers and sisters that rock with the camp doctrine. That attaches themselves to the New Testament. But just understand, the Us a Drop Nation, we here to destroy it. It's nothing personal. It's all about choosing what's righteous. That being said, Daniel 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hands until a time and times and the dividing of a time. So see, your captivity is about over with, my Naga. Now, if y'all want me to touch on a 400-year prophecy, I've dug up some research on it. I've been researching for about a year now. A little over a year. Let me know. I'll touch on it. Until then, 9 Spiral.